Hi everyone, my name is Maddie, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where I'm going to be organising the bookshelves in my new flat. So yeah, background of this video, not very interesting right now. I'm looking like a mess. We're going with it. But as you can see, I have a completely empty bookshelf here. I also have another empty bookshelf in my bedroom over there and a book cart, which I may not be putting books on today because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use it for, just in terms of other storage. But I have a lot of books to organise. I am just about to go and get them all out of the boxes they're in. I can even describe just looking around. I think I've got like 5 or 6 boxes of books. I'm not honestly sure, so I'm gonna go get them all out and put them here, and then we're gonna start organising. So far, I do not have a lot of idea about how I'm going to do this. As I said, I've got a bookshelf here and a bookshelf in my bedroom. I think at least part of this bookshelf is going to kind of be rainbow organised because I really like how that looks, and this is very much the bookshelf other people will see. And then I think in my bedroom I'm going to very much put my favourite authors, so my Laini Taylor books, my Erin Morgenstern books, Samantha Shannon, things like that will definitely be going next door, and I don't know what else. So I'm just going to get going because I am on a massive time crunch. So we're going to start off with a very speedy time lapse of me unboxing the many books. Let's go. Also, apologies for everything in the background. There's a lot going on in this flat right now, but let's unbox. Very quick time-lapse interruption, just to say I will be putting a camera in there as well, so you will obviously see both sides of it. But I did also just want to say, if you want to see like every book I've brought with me pretty much, I will not be going through them in this video. I'll probably not go through them like one by one in a bookshelf tour. That will be more of a like overview, though that may also be at the end of this video. We are undecided. So if you want to see that, I do have a video all about how I chose which books to bring to this flat, and that very much details which books I brought, so you can check that out if that's something you're interested in watching. Carrying on with unboxing. Going to move all of these next door quickly because they're taking up a ton of space, which I don't have. And just to say, I could just put all of them on the floor, and I may do in a bit. I'm reluctant to, just because these floors are not particularly clean right now, just because we're moving, so there's tons of like sawdust and there could be random bits of metal anywhere. It's been mad. So I don't want to risk damaging the books. So I want to kind of keep them on the shelves if I can, because then I know they're safe. Most of the books unboxed. I know I have 3 others. I have the Poppy War trilogy separately, so I will grab that in a minute. But I think this is definitely most of it. And I think we're going to start here, and we're definitely going to try Rainbow to fill the space, because you can see it definitely is not going to fill the whole shelf. I am going to have quite a few covers face out. There are a few here which probably will move next door, because I normally don't like splitting up series. I'm normally really pedantic about it. But I feel like maybe this time I won't mind so much. I feel like one of the reasons I'm normally so pedantic about it is because I'll have like 4 or 5, if not more, full like shelves of fantasy. If I start mixing up the series, I lose track of what I do and don't own, but because I have such a small selection here compared to my normal collection, I think I'll be alright to keep track of it. So for example, the Wayfarer series I've got here, I think I just know I own them all, so I think it'll be fine. We'll give it a go. If I live with it for a while and it's just annoying me, I can always change it back. None of this is permanent. But I'm gonna get started, I guess. I'm gonna do red through purple. So like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink is normally what I do. I may put pink at the beginning. I've sometimes done that so I can kind of merge into black. But I tend, if I've got like a black book, to find any colour on it and then fit it in. So a simple example being the Raven Tower, it has a tiny hint of yellow on it. So I would put that with yellow and I use it to break up the colour so that it's not as intense. And that works very well for me when I've done it on like a smaller scale before. So I'm gonna get started. We're gonna go with pink and red at the top and just see how far we can come down. And as I said, I'm gonna have quite a lot of covers facing out probably just to fill the space. Also, I'm very aware that this bookshelf does not look straight at all. It's the floor. The walls are vertical, the floor is not horizontal. So the bookshelves really leaned to one side, but there's nothing we can do about it, so we're just going with it. Let's get started. I'm excited, okay. Okay, so we're getting there. I haven't put any face out yet, just because I don't know which ones to put face out. These top two shelves always cause a problem because the shelves are not tall enough for a big hardback. So I have to end up having these horizontal stacks, and then I don't know what to put face out because I just don't know. I may switch it so like docile is face out is quite tempting. Yeah, I might do that actually. So the next issue we're running into is this. I have cut holes in the backboard of my bookcase so I can reach the light switches for the room because I wanted a bookcase here, so that was the only solution. And so obviously I can't have books in front of it, so I had something like this at home, so I'm just going to put some books vertically under it, and that tends to work quite well, so we're going to go with that again. go with that for now. It only fills the top 4 shelves and then a bit of the 5th. So I do have quite a lot of breathing room, which is not a bad thing. So I think the plan is to now go next door, which I was hoping to film in natural light, but I think it gets dark really early at the moment, so we're gonna have to set up lighting so we can actually see in there. And we're gonna do that shelf and then see, because there might be some of those that need to move to here if I run out of space. So yeah. The other thing I do know already is I do have quite a few books I'm getting for Christmas, all of which I'm gonna want to bring to this flat. So I will need to rearrange in like 2 weeks. For example, I know I have the other two from the Black Ring Beating trilogy, one of which is kind of yellowy orange and one is red. So like they're gonna rearrange. But I think I'm happy with that for now. I think that looks nice as an overall rainbow. A lot of it's obviously very dark, but I think it's quite nice. So going with that, now I'm gonna go next door and do my favorite shelf, which I kind of have an idea of how it's gonna go because some of them are gonna stay similar to how they were when I was at home. We'll see, let's move. Okay, so the lighting in here is a little bit questionable, but this is what we're going with. So here we are, another empty bookshelf. So yeah, this is very much going to be where my favorites are. So we're gonna have Erin Morgenstern, Laini Taylor, Sean Maguire. Though having unboxed all the books, I swear I have a Sean Maguire book missing, so I'm not sure what's happened there. I think I might be missing a box. 1 minute, found the missing box. Okay, so now that that mystery is solved, we're gonna start organising. As I said, this is mainly going to be favourites. There will also be a few others here. For example, the Poppy War trilogy is going to go here because I have really nice editions of it. So this is kind of more collections than favourites, but we're going to just get started. Okay, so I think that's as done as this is gonna get. I'm gonna find like a plant or something for here. It's not perfect, you can't actually see the top shelf. I don't love the top shelf completely, but I'm not sure what else to do with it, so it's what we're going with. Ooh, kicked the camera for now. But it's really late and I need to get on the packing, so I'm stopping for today. I may update this tomorrow if I change everything. Hello, so I think it's been quite a while since I filmed sort of the intro to this video and organising my shelves and like all the time-lapsey bits. But it is now all done, so I thought now's the time to actually do the bookshelf tour. I don't know exactly how this is going to go, but we'll quickly run through it. We'll try and get some artsy shots. We'll see what we can do. So this bookshelf here, sorry about the framing, it's in case the tripod can fit to show it, is in my main bedroom. We'll do a proper overview of all the shelves in a minute, but this is very much my favourite authors and book collections slash, yeah, no, that pretty much covers it. Not all the collections are authors I've read or series I've read, but they're ones I think I'm gonna like or have special editions of, and that's what this is. This is very much like the bookcase I used to film in front of at my old house. It's all my favourites. You know, I've got Erin Morgenstern, Laini Taylor and Sean Maguire. So that's the very brief overview. There's not much more to explain, so we're gonna do a shelf by shelf explanation now. So for showing most of these shelves, I am gonna have it all set up on a tripod, but just for the top couple, we're gonna have to do it by hand because my tripod's not this tall. So starting right at the top, not bookish, but I'll very quickly show it, are all my K-pop albums. I have ATEEZ, and then Day 6, and then BTS. This is just where they live. They needed a home. I think they're pretty. They look close enough to books that they live up here now. For anyone that loves K-pop, that's my album collection. Moving down a shelf, we start this one off with the Divergent series, one of my all-time favourite series. I don't know how much I still love it, but it has all the sentimental value. Moving on to the Schwab, we just have the This Savage Song duology, 2 copies of Addie LaRue, and the archived duology. And then we have Maggie's Stiefvater, so we have the hardback box set of The Raven Cycle and then Ballad and Lament. And then we have my 3 editions of Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan, plus the novella Ajax Penumbra 1969, also by Robin Sloan. So, like the rest of this bookshelf, it's a lot of favourite books and just things that have sentimental value to me. And we have this cute little hourglass here, which I'm just going to flip over just for the fun of it. I don't know how well you can see it in that much lighting, but that felt very timely to have next to Addie LaRue. If you've read the book, you'll know why. That's going to take ages to run, isn't it? Then moving down a shelf, we do just have all of my Sean Maguire books here. We have the current 5 books out in the Every Heart a Doorway series, and then Middle Game and Over the Woodward Wall, which are sort of companion novels in a way. We have this really cool bookend, which I'm kind of obsessed with and just fits the aesthetic of my flat. If you've not seen my flat tour, I will link that video for you to watch. And then over here, we have sort of my bookmark mug. So just to go a bit closer in on this section, we have the Hades and Persephone wooden tarot cards from ILLUMICRATE in the back there. They're so pretty. And then we have this mug, which is a Rosie Thorns ILLUMICRATE mug of Strange the Dreamer. I don't actually need to change it so the design is more visible, with all of my bookmarks in it. Okay, that's much better. I don't know why that was sideways. And we've got some cool ones in here. We have the Poppy War bookmark from the Poppy War ILLUMICRATE sets, which is super pretty with this design on the back. We have this really cute crocheted rainbow, which one of my mum's friends made for me, and it's adorable. We have this rainbow one from Alice Oseman from Heartstopper with Nellie on it, which I love. And then in the back of here, we have this really pretty one, which I honestly just think is so beautiful. And then we have this little envelope here, and what that is when I did my 5-star predictions video, my mum disagreed with some of my predictions. She has written in there what she thinks I'm going to rate all the books in that video, and so when I've read them all, I will open that and we will see who was right. So that's that pretty little corner, and also therefore this is like over half a shelf completely empty, so if I have more books, there is space. Moving down another shelf, this is my Laini Taylor shelf, aka pretty much my favourite shelf on my bookcase. So the first book here is the new ILLUMICRATE Daughter of Smoke and Bone. It is a stunning edition. We have the UK hardbacks, which don't really exist anymore. They're really hard to come by. We have the new US paperback box set, which I am obsessed with. And then moving on to the Strange the Dreamer duology. Again, we have the UK hardbacks, though I do not have the Blue Sprayed Edges edition of Strange the Dreamer. We have the UK ARCs, and then we have the US hardbacks. So yes, lots and lots of editions. And then just in the front here, I have these really pretty gems, and I can't remember what they are. I used to know what they were called, but to me, they look like the material that Weep is made out of. So it just feels very fitting to have it with my Laini Taylor stuff. Okay, we're not switching back to a tripod. It's much easier doing this by hand. So here we have my Erin Morgenstern shelf, so all my editions of The Night Circus and all my editions of The Starless Sea. So for The Night Circus, we have the standard Penguin Vintage Night Circus copy. We have, I think it's called the Halloween edition, the white one. Standard UK paperback, the US paperback, UK hardback, UK trade paperback. And then we go to Starless Sea. I do have a US ARC, the US hardback, the standard UK hardback, the Waterstone Special Edition UK hardback is the red one there. We have the ILLUMICRATE hardback, and then that is just the dust jacket for the red one because I prefer its spine. So that's all the Erin Morgenstern stuff. There's quite a few. I like these books a lot. And just for extra things on the shelf, right here we have this little Night Circus keyring, which was from ILLUMICRATE. It's really, really pretty. Sorry, I've got pen on my hands, don't I always? So I really like that. So that just chills there. And then we have this little key bookmark, also from ILLUMICRATE, which is very much Starless Sea themed. So that's that shelf. And then moving down here, we have Samantha Shannon. We have the Bone Season trilogy in the UK hardbacks, which I'm very, very lucky to have. I was very lucky in getting those. I didn't realise their value when I got them, but I'm very happy to have them. We have the hardback and paperback of Prayer of the Orange Tree. That is the US paperback, not the UK one. I wanted a floppy edition to read. We have the 10,000 Doors of January in both the US ARC and the US hardcover. And then we have the Once and Future Witches in the UK ARC, US hardcover, and then a ILLUMICRATE hardcover, which I have pages out, unlike pretty much any other book, because I have the cover on show already with the US hardcover. And the pages are just such a beautiful colour, so I just put them that way out. And so that is that shelf, and as you can see on the left, I do have a little bit of spare space, which is going to be really useful at some point, I'm sure. And then moving down to the final shelf, you can see here there is a whole lot of empty space, which I'm sure will be very useful in the future. But then over here we have the ILLUMICRATE editions of the Poppy War trilogy. These are stunning. I have shown them in a recent video in my series I'd like to read if you want to see a bit more about them. They're beautiful, I love them. And then just here we have the ILLUMICRATE Daughter of Smoke and Bone tin, which I may actually display facing out going forward because I forgot how beautiful it was. And I have the space for now, so that might change. Yeah, there may not be space on my Laini Taylor shelf, but that can just chill there. So this is my collections bookcase. I'm very, very happy with it. I think it looks really nice and it really shows off like all my favourite books and all the really pretty books. And I love waking up in the morning to seeing this. I will actually put a photo in now from Instagram, which is what the view I wake up to is like every morning, and it's beautiful and makes me so happy. Okay, so now I've moved into the main living room. Sorry, the lighting may not be the best. It's a bit dark at the back of the flat at this time of day, but it's the best we can do. And then this is my other main bookcase. You can see the top few shelves that goes further down are rainbow coloured, and it makes me really happy and I think it looks really good. So again, we're just gonna do a close-up pan through and I'll talk through any particular books or anything I really want to pick out. So starting right at the top, I just thought I'd show you I have these little plants here. There are many plants in this flat, but there's just a little collection on top of this bookshelf I thought I'd show you. But then down to the actual bookshelf. This is the first shelf from pink through to red. I have a lot of red books with black on them, so we've had to mix them all in because I prefer having all my black books mixed in instead of a whole section at the end, especially if they have a key colour on them, such as Battle Royale. So I guess picking out some favourites, you can tell from the way it's facing forward. Docile is a book I really love. Red, White, Royal Blue, obviously. That's pretty much all the books I've actually read on this shelf. I obviously tried to bring more unread books with me than read. So majority of these are TBR, and some are actually my mum's, which I'm borrowing, but you know, I want to read them. Then moving down a shelf, we have the orange through yellow, starting with a couple non-fiction books just because I need to have them with me at the moment, all the way through to yellow and a little bit of green. I forgot it went through to green. Plus Record of a Spaceborne for You, which is blue and yellow and doesn't fit anywhere, so we're putting it there and pretending blue and yellow makes green. So again, just picking out a few books. XX, I just love the spine of that book. It's so gorgeous, even though I've not read it yet, as everyone knows. Verona Comics, which I'll just quickly grab. This is one of my favourite books that I read this year. It's phenomenal if anyone's looking for a YA LGBT contemporary. Wondersmith is obviously stunning. So many good books, and so many I really want to read so soon. Going down again, we have my very carefully cut out light switch holes, and then we have green through to kind of dark blue and a little bit of turquoise. I have my Arc of the Binding face out there just because I think it's beyond stunning. My US edition of Time Traveler's Wife, which I love. The Wolf of Oroñaro, which I'm so excited to get to. Camp, another one of my favorites of this year. And then just coming in here, we have this little guy, who is a little rainbow dragon. I've actually just pulled it off my shelves so I can show it to you better. It is this gorgeous little clay dragon, which has a rainbow all the way down its belly. This was a Christmas present from my brother last year, and it's one of my favorite things. It's the cutest thing. And it has lived on my bookshelves in various places ever since, and I always try and find a rainbow spot for it to go so it feels at home. So it lives in that corner by my light switch. And then down a shelf again, we have turquoise / the awkward coloured books through to dark blue and purple and a bit of pink, and then it will start going into black. Again, lots of books I love on this shelf. The spine of my hardback binding is beautiful. We've got TJ Klune books looking amazing. Black Wings Beating, The Fever King, Hot Dog Girl I love, My Dark Vanessa I adore, The Betrayals. I will just quickly show you the cover because it is stunning. Look at that. I did want to have that one face out, but I just ran out of space realistically. Yeah, so that's there. And then down another shelf, we just have kind of the black and grey and brown books because they didn't really fit in the rainbow. And then we've got a couple like with a rainbow on the spine at the end. So again, lots I'm very excited for. The Neverthelting World and Charlie Travesty are both ones I was just gifted, which I cannot wait to read. A Little Life I'm really excited for. So many I'm excited for. And then we just have a couple of graphic novels down here. And there will be a lot more there after Christmas because I'm getting a few more for Christmas. And then the shelf below, I'm not going to show you because they have been sectioned off for a very specific reason. And you will know that reason very, very soon. It will be announced in probably about 2 to 3 weeks. But For now, you are being left in mystery. But as you can see throughout this whole shelf, we have lots of vertical books, we have some horizontal stacks, we have some books faced out. I really, really like having a mixture of all these things on my shelves. I just think it makes it look really, really interesting and really, really pretty. It's a personal thing, and it also, especially the horizontal stacks, fit a lot more books in. And on these top two shelves, actually, most hardbacks are too tall to fit. Let me grab one and show you. So if I take the example of The Bone Shard Daughter, this book is taller than the shelf. It doesn't fit in, and that's just because the top two shelves are slightly narrower. And so I have to put my hardbacks that way up so that all my books fit on the top two shelves, hence the really chunky stacks. But that is it. That is my rainbow shelf. I love how it looks. It's actually a really nice like feature in my apartment, and I'm really glad I did it this way. So that is about it for the bookshelf tour. I don't really have too much else to show you. My book cart currently has 0 books on it because they all fit on my shelves for now. I'll probably move some there. Having filmed Dart Attack, which I've just filmed, you'll be seeing later this week, I think. So I'll put those on my TBR cart so I know what I'm reading for the month, because I have a memory like a sieve and I always forget my TBR, so I like having it visually. But yeah, that's it. That's my shelves. One thing I have forgotten to mention is that I have the Argos main 5-shelf shelves. I will link it in the description. I don't have Billy's because they're quite deep and books aren't that deep, so you end up with quite a lot of extra space, which if you want to display lots of things on your shelves is great. I don't display very much at all, as you can see. So I like these shelves because there's like basically no wasted space in front of the books. I just prefer it, and in a small flat, conserving space is absolutely necessary. But yeah, that's it. That's my shelves. I really like them. I hope you guys do too. I'm sorry I've not like pulled every book off the shelves to show you. I personally don't particularly love watching those book hauls. I find them a bit long, and also if there's a book I'm really interested in, I just read the name on the spine and look it up myself. So this is the way I've chosen to do it. It's easier for me. I think it's kind of a better overview of my shelves. But if there's anyone that has any questions about my shelves or any specific books, feel free to comment them down below, and of course I will let you know. But that's it for the video, so please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below, how do you organise your bookshelves? Obviously I've done like favourites and collections and then rainbow. I don't have anything by genre, which is strange for me. Normally I do. But with only 2 bookshelves, we only have 2 organisation methods. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. All the links to my other social media, as well as the read-alongs and book clubs I host, are linked down below in the description, as always, in case you want to connect in any other way or take part in any of those. But that's it for the video, so bye, and I'll see you in the next one.